Hello, Boxer. Welcome to Boxing Block Center. Efe Ajagba, the one and only, aka the Nigerian Nightmare, has given his opinion about a potential matchup between Anthony Joshua and Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Water. So, Ajagba was asked by a boxing journalist to give his opinion about the fight, potential, mega fight between Joshua and Water. So he was asked who he thinks will win that fight if the two juggernauts ever get to meet in the ring. And Ajagba kept it very, very classy, and he kept it real and trill. Ajagba said Joshua will beat Water. Remember, that's a few months back. Ajagba was asked the same question, and in that interview, he stated Water will win that fight. But after, watching the Water Fury fight and seeing that Water has a lot to learn, and also looking at the Joshua improvement and doing his own research, a proper research, because when he said that, he got a lot of stick from Nigerians. Ajagba is a Nigerian like me. It's not about being Nigerian. I'm just saying that Ajagba isn't a guy who really studies other people's style. But at some point, he had to. I think he's been watching my videos well, because I know some of his friends does. And I talk to some of them as well. So Ajagba now realizes that Joshua is just not a power puncher, but also a very skilled, tricky fighter. Ajagba says Joshua we beat Deontay Water easy. And I want to give my sincere thoughts on what I think about Ajagba's recent statement. I think he's right. And I think right now he's beginning to realize that Joshua is the real deal. Ajagba himself also gave himself props, saying that in the next 2 years' time, he's going to definitely try to go for a world title, try to get a belt. 2 years' time. That's a little bit too far for me because I think Ajagba can definitely become, a champion, an heavyweight champion next year. A fight between him and Water would be good, but I think he still has a lot to learn. He's got the power already, he's got the boxing skills, but he doesn't have the boxing tricks. And also, he hasn't been past 6 rounds, so he's got to really have more rounds in him, learn more on his craft, try to work on his movement. Footwork is very important. Ajagba has a very solid jab that he throws, and that jab comes with a lot of power. It's not just a normal jab, it's a devastating jab. So Ajagba giving Joshua his due credit is something that I, as a Ninja guy, and I say Ninja, I mean Nigeria, we say Ninja. As a Ninja guy, I'm very, very impressed by Ajagba's statement. Stylistically, Water and Joshua is a fight that we have to see. I might be wrong, I might be right, because Water we know he lacks, the basic boxing skills. Water still cannot throw a proper jab. He fights like a drunk octopus. But on the other hand, you've got to give this guy credit because this guy punches like thunder. His punches are definitely harder than you can imagine. He fights like a warrior. And also, he's a very active fighter. A fighter that really, can get at you at any given rounds. Remember the fight against Fury. You know what happened in that fight? I mean, Fury had bossed Water, took him to school. Yeah, we know that. But when Water landed, Fury found himself on the floor. And in the 12th round, it was very dramatic when Water landed that devastating right hand, followed by a left hook. Fury, I mean, Fury even said himself that he failed to realize what was going on because he got knocked out. But all of a sudden, Fury got up. And the referee is a very good referee. That the referee for Fury fight and Water fight, that guy is definitely a very good and fantastic referee. I mean, we need such referees in most of this, fights. Because remember, when Water stopped Gerald Washington, it was, in my opinion, premature. Too premature. So, Water Joshua fight is going to be epic. Ajagba has given his thoughts and opinion, and he said Joshua will definitely beat Water. He thinks Joshua beats Water because Joshua is more than just a puncher. He's an overall better fighter and boxer than Deontay Water, which I definitely agree. But what do you guys think? Do you think that Water will beat Joshua? And if Water beats Joshua, how is it going to be? I mean, is he going to outbox Joshua? Can he do that? Because we know Water is not a boxer. Or is he going to land that right hand at some point? But also remember, Joshua also punches very, very hard, and Water is going to have to take his time and be careful, especially when Joshua put his punches together. We know Joshua throws a hell of combination, and his uppercut, if he gets on the inside, is something you don't want to receive. He's an uppercut from the dead. Okay, you cannot take that uppercut. If that uppercut lands, is either you go down straight and collapse, or you lose everything. You lose your stamina, and then you get bamboozled by Joshua's combinations. Give it to us below, guys. Like the video and share. And please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, guys. Cheers, everyone.